If you look back at all of the Kawasaki test rides that we've done here at Dirt Trax, you'll notice that Luke has done the majority of them. Well, lo and behold, I have the biggest, the baddest, the best, the most technology-packed Teryx KRX ever to be produced. And guess what? This time, I get to do the test ride. The Teryx KRX has been an incredibly capable sports side-by-side from Kawasaki, and for the 2023 model year, they've sent us a model that I am so excited to test. It's the Teryx KRX4 1000 ES Special Edition. Yeah, I know it's a long name, but it gives the impression that it's pretty special, and that would be because it is. Yes, at the base, it's still the same potent 999cc parallel twin linked to the Kawasaki dual range transmission that's CVT. But after that, that's pretty much where the similarities end, because this Teryx KRX is upgraded to the max. And the biggest differentiating factor between a base KRX4 and this is the KECS, or Kawasaki Electronic Control Suspension, utilizing Fox 2.5-inch body, live valve, internal bypass shocks on all four corners. This incredible suspension package gives us not just the control over the suspension settings on the fly, but visualization imaging thanks to the beautifully fully integrated 7-inch color driver screen that has the KECS settings on every layer, as well as a fully dedicated KECS screen to show you the current level of suspension compression. Now, the KECS system works off of a really simple 3-position rocker switch: soft, medium, and firm. It's easy to understand and it's simple to use. On the KECS dedicated screen, you're going to see your current setting, which is also identified by the color of the features being yellow, blue, or green. You'll notice a small dot in the middle of the KRX on the screen that moves as the body of the KRX experiences roll and pitch. We get this thanks to a 6-axis IMU, or inertial measurement unit, that senses force, angular rate, and a number of other inputs to give us the best control over the suspension, which isn't stagnant at the compression presettings. No, this KECS system reads the IMU info, as well as the throttle input, speed, and steering position to give us live suspension calibration. Hard outside power slides, the KECS-equipped KRX will increase the outside shock compression to account for this. Hard on the brakes, the front shocks will respond accordingly so that you get the best ride possible from this incredibly high-tech Bosch-powered electronic system. Okay, so I've given you a lot to chew on for suspension, but if you leave with anything, leave with this. The Kawasaki TERYX KRX4 ES suspension is phenomenal. From easy rides with the family to blowing off steam at the end of the week, you're going to be super impressed, and so have I been. And ready for it all really is one of the hallmarks I see the KRX playing too. No, it's not a turbocharged 200 horsepower sand monster. It's 112 horsepower, do-all, reliable sports side-by-side that's ready for whatever off-road fun you've got planned. And it'll comfortably take 3 others along for your adventures. Now, the factory-installed 31-inch Maxxis Carnivores on these beautiful color-matched 15-inch rims are supposed to be the perfect harmony of aggression and ride quality. Now, you're going to look at this and say, how come they don't have the beadlocks like some of the KRX 2-seaters do? And the reason that they did this is to, number 1, reduce rotating mass, number 2, reduce unsprung mass, and then also to lower the overall weight of this vehicle, because beadlock rims are actually quite heavy. So they reduced the weight, and what did they get? The 4-seat is only 200 pounds heavier than the 2-seat. Now stop and think about that. You're taking 2 extra people along for the ride, and it's only 200 pounds heavier. That means that the Teryx KRX4 is an awesome performing vehicle that doesn't sacrifice when it comes to the 2-seat to 4-seat change. Now I could tell you that it's got over 21 inches of rear suspension travel, almost 19 inches up front, up to 14.4 inches of ground clearance with impressively crafted high-arched A-arms and factory paint, and all the plastics that are near flawless. But what it really all boils down to is the ride quality, the way you fit ergonomically, and whether the KRX4 delivers on those fronts. Because no matter how much travel, how much power, how much stuff that you've got, it's the way it fits and how effortlessly it is to drive that really says what a side-by-side is truly made out of. And I can say with absolute assurance that the Kawasaki TERYX 1000 ES Special Edition is right in the hunt at the top of its class of naturally aspirated sports side-by-sides. And some of the cool things that really set it apart are features like the easily removable rear seats that give you a huge cargo space should you need it. Plus a dedicated storage trunk under the right rear passenger seat adds a great space for winching gear or tools you might need to keep handy. Add to this the fact that while the rear cargo bed looks really sporty and tight, you can actually fit a fully mounted 32-inch tire in that space if you don't have the subwoofer. So should you be going on an epic adventure and want a spare, you don't need a special rack or mount, and that's a nice feature, not to mention cost savings. The addition of things like the Hiphonics audio system, the integration of the center stack stereo controls, the door-mounted speakers, and the factory-installed roof are features that you're going to enjoy every single time that you ride. The built-in Warn winch, the LED headlights, and simple stuff like a selectable diff lock are little things that deliver big when out on the trail. A lot of thought has gone into this side-by-side, and with a lot of thought comes a lot of usable technology, like the integrated CVT temp gauge on the ES and LE models. These are features that you'll appreciate having not just on the showroom floor, where they can look great, but in the back 40, where you're actually using them and need them. Kawasaki really has done their homework and delivered a top contender in the 1000cc sport category with the Teryx KRX4 1000 ES Special Edition. And I'm going to tell you right now, both Luke and Kawasaki may need to claw this thing away from me because this is one rig I don't want to let go.